worlds collide. From this point on, you're just a shadow of mine that falls behind. Just try again to make amends. You still won't find what you're looking for. 'Cause it lies well deep inside, and you keep trying to hide.
Wow. So usually when I come into videos, I have a focus on how I want the video to play out. And it's usually, do I want to be subdued, laid back, and serious, or do I want to be loud, all up in your face? And when I was thinking about doing this video at first, it was going to be a very comedic style. And I have finished RE4 2023 today, and it is a moment in history, in gaming history, that I think I will be looking back on for hopefully many decades to come, because this was quite literally an experience. I finished the game. It is 1:26 a.m. I finished the game only a few hours ago. And oh, I'm really embarrassing myself with having this channel up. I'll let you lot see a video clip of what I was like while finishing the game.
Why am I such a bitch? Why am I a little pussy? Oh my god.
Yeah, so I hated the game. No, I'm playing. It was... I don't know how to... This is... If this is not a Game of the Year contender, I need to know what games you lot have been playing. 100%. If this is not Game of the Year, I'm not saying it's Game of the Year, okay? I'm not saying that it's Game of the Year. But if it is not on the Game Awards freaking like, if it's not on the list, nigga, I'm going crazy. I did mention I wanted this to be a serious video, right? So one of the first discourses around this game was, I saw a lot of people talking about how they didn't want this game to be remade. The people who really enjoyed RE4 original did not want for a remake of this game to be made. And that was really surprising to me, which is really ignorant of myself now, but I was younger back then when the news of this game being remade first came to light. But I was really looking forward to a remake way before it was even officially announced. And that was because I am a person, I hate having to say this because I don't like to be negative or be negative towards something that a lot of people enjoy. I'm just not that type of person. But I'll be honest, I played RE4 and I just thought it was an okay game. And then I played it for a second time and I was like, oh, I think I actually don't really enjoy this game. The original one. My thought is, and just to get this out of the way 100%, my thought is that I think RE4 Original was a product of its time. In 2005, I'm sure it was a grand, wonderful game. I'm sure if I played the game back in 2005, well, first of all, I wouldn't have finished it. No. He said, girl, I was scared of Dead Rising zombies when I was 9. There was no way I was playing Resi 4 in 2005 and getting past the first house encounter. No way! But I played RE4 for the first time a few years ago, probably around like 2019. And I just thought it was alright. That was it. I'm not saying it's a bad game. I'm not saying it's a terrible game. I'm just saying I'm sure it was a wonderful game in 2005, but playing it in modern day for the first time, I'm just all like... But I'm glad I went through that experience, because I feel like having the backdrop of the original game and going into this new one aided me so well in just understanding how beautiful this project was. When I finished RE4 a few hours ago, I had the same feeling of me being a Spider-Man fan of Sam Raimi, Tobey Maguire, for my whole entire life. Literally my whole entire life. 20 plus years I've been in love with that character from that specific director and from that specific actor. And to go into seeing No Way Home, I was in tears the whole entire time. The same feeling that I had when playing my favorite video game that I thought nobody on planet Earth ever knew about, and having the opportunity to talk about it for the first time ever. That video, when I finished it, that's the same feeling that I had when I finished RE4. And understand again that RE4 original has no sentiment towards me. I have no nostalgia for that game whatsoever. But to see the absolute jump and leap from the 6th generation all the way to the... Oh my god, girl, we're on the 9th generation of consoles. This shit is insane! From the 5th generation of... Wait. No, the 5th generation is PlayStation. The 6th generation is PlayStation 2. Okay, from the 6th generation all the way now to the 9th generation, just the absolute... This is one of those games that you can tell that the developers loved. And that's what... Those end credits hit so hard for me, you lot. And two, about the end credits. So let's not get into spoilers for other RE games. I will only be speaking about spoilers for RE4. But I think the end credit song is a song by the name of Blade or Bullet or The Blade, something along those lines. And it was written and it was sung by the same guy who I believe did the end credit song for in Jake in Resi 6, and I absolutely love that song. I use that song all the time when I'm making RE related content, and I was just all like, yo, oh my god. So before getting into RE4, I was so hyped for this game to come out right that I was just going through all types of RE stuff. I was replaying through RE1, the original one on the PlayStation. One thing that I felt like RE1 had was that it felt like a late 80s, early 90s horror action flick. And I don't know what influences Capcom might have had when making the original RE, but if you've ever watched the film The Thing, the one from the 80s, wonderful film by the way, I was just all like, the imagery, just the gore, the violence, it reminded me so much of RE1. And when I was playing through RE4, I was thinking to myself, this reminds me of a action, not exactly horror, but an action movie. And I feel like that might be the type of course that they're trying to go with the series now, maybe. I don't really watch many early 2000s. I don't really watch many action films in the first place. But if anybody's familiar with any 2000s action flicks, I'm sure RE4 fits into that nail so well, because I was just watching the cutscenes and the action, everything that happened. I was just like, yo, this is like a film, legitimately. And that's what I love about the translation from the PlayStation 2 game to the PlayStation 4 game, to the PlayStation 5 game, because everything feels more weighty. Everything feels like it was handled more maturely, I should say. Again, I said spoilers, but I'll let people leave if they did not get the memo. Spoilers. I mean, moments like Leon dealing with his trauma from the events of RE2 was explored way more expansively in this game. Scenes like Luis's death was handled so much better than the original. Jesus Christ! They literally in the original game, lads, they came in, they're all like, hey yo, Luis, what do we do with him? He's served his purpose. Let him like walk through the door and then let Sadler like stab him with his dick knife. Legit, I'm not even joking, y'all. Y'all, if you watch that cutscene, where did that knife come from? It came from that man's penis. It did. And oh my god, girl. Okay, Ashley. Let's talk about Ashley. First of all, no, hold on. Every one of y'all who shit on Ashley from the original game, I need y'all to explain yourselves. Now! I will never understand the amount of hate that Ashley gets from RE4 original. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It might have to do with the fact that a lot of people played that game when they were younger, maybe, and they weren't that great at video games. When I played RE4 original, Ashley was literally the most... If you want to talk about terrible Capcom NPCs, bitch! Have you played this? Huh? This came out 2 years! 2006, that's not how math works. 1 year! It was probably only a few months. 6 months! Was it 2004? Was it 2000? Bitch, I don't know. This game came out after RE4. Worst NPC gameplay ever. Lads, I don't know. I don't get it. The only time Ashley was ever a problem for me, it was literally my fault. Only time she was an issue in RE4. Only time she was an issue in both games. In this game, she's so amazing. Oh my god. They gave her much more of a personality. She became a character that actually has, competence. She's a character that sort of holds her own. She clearly still needs Leon's help, but Leon isn't just working alone. And I like that they gave her and Leon much more of a partnership role in this game. Legitimately, they are quite literally my favorite duo protagonists in an RE game besides in Jake from RE6. I absolutely love and adore in Jake from RE4. Speaking of which, ayo. I don't really care about the remake of RE5 if they do it, which I hope they do, because if they don't, then that means there's definitely no remake for RE6, which I need a remake for RE6, bitch. Not really. I really like Jake. I really enjoy Jake's story, and also I feel like RE6 was Capcom's best story. I can't really rank Resident Evil stories because I haven't played all the games. And I wasn't really paying attention when I was originally playing through the games. But I'd say, off the top of my head, best stories, at least to me, top 2 right now is RE6. Story, guys. Story, not gameplay and not overall RE games, just story, okay? Story and presentation has to be RE6. I was actually astonished with how wonderful it was. RE6, if RE1 was an 80s action horror flick, RE4 was a 2000s action flick, RE6 was a early to 2010s Michael Bay directed action movie, mate. Legitimately, it was, and that's supposed to be a compliment, by the way. I'm not doing that to be an asshole. I was so taken aback when I played RE6. It was like, yo, Capcom really actually knows how to make compelling stories. Who would have knew? But let me get back to just playing through RE4 original made me love this game so much more because, again, this isn't just a one-to-one remake. There were so many things that were nods to the original games, and there were so many plays on, if you played the original game, you think one thing happened, but it actually another thing happened. I was like, yo, what the fuck? And it was a whole adventure, and playing this game on hardcore was definitely the best move for me. Because when I finished it, it literally felt like an adventure. I felt like I had been through the absolute thick of going to this new place, getting beasted, not knowing what I was doing, but just overcoming it. The same way that Leon probably felt training for years and years after the fall of Raccoon City, and all that training coming to fruition to help him aid in RE4. Let's get off the fact that this feels way more mature than RE4 original, and this isn't me trying to shit on the game again. I think RE4 and RE Remake are two amazing games that do not need to be compared. One does not need to be better, one does not need to be worse. These games, even though it's a remake even though it's a remake, both of these games stand on their own. 100%. You need one to enjoy the other, and then you need the other to appreciate the other one. I think I said that correctly. I'm trying to move on. But one thing that I loved was how in the original game, Krauser just comes out of nowhere, and he's just all like, you know what it takes to be an American. I'm just like, who the fuck is this guy? I'm like, and it's still the same way in this game. They kind of sort of set it up so you understand who he is to Leon. That final fight where him and Leon are just going back at it, and they're just reminiscing, and when Leon had to put the knife in Krauser, lad, it was so... I was all like, damn, I actually feel bad for him. I'm just like, yo, that was his sergeant. That was the person who literally taught him everything. That was literally the person who taught him how to do this mission. And I'm just all like, yo, that's insane. Because if you had told me when I played RE4 original that I would feel bad for Krauser, I'm just like, bitch, I don't even know who that man is. I'm like, but speaking of which, how amazing that this game goes has to be because of so much Nick, man. Nick A. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. The voice actor for Leon. Yo, his performance as Leon is so amazing. And I'm gonna be honest, my only and one concern when I originally heard that they were making RE4 Remake, well, when it was officially announced, and when I first saw the trailer, I'm gonna be honest, I was kind of concerned that they were going to continue using Nick as the voice actor, because his rendition of Leon in 2 Make was excellent, because I don't know what Nick's actual voice sounds like, but his rendition of Leon as a juvenile 21-year-old cop was amazing. I was just like, how the hell is he going to do the, deeper voice, more kind of mellow, monotone-esque work that I forget the original actor's name. It's something Mercer, or his last name starts with an M. I know that for sure. His rendition of Leon in RE4 was it's so iconic. I was like, there's no way you can do. Speaking of which, does he do the merchant in RE4? I'm just like, the merchant sounds really so much like the original merchant. I'm like, I thought he retired, but he might have come back to do the merchant again, who knows. But his performance was so amazing. I'm just like, again, because you can't compare the games because they stand alone. Leon original and Leon RE4 are two completely different beasts, but Nick did such an amazing job. such an amazing actor. I mean, the emotion that he put his heart and soul into this character. So much of what makes this game is his performance and his performance alone. I mean, obviously, this game is just shrouded in so much love and care from Capcom and the developers, and just the voice acting as well was just so perfect. Speaking of which, I think this is time for me to talk about the portion of the game that I didn't exactly like. Take it away, me!
Hi, hello there, this is Justice in the Past. My camera can only record for 30 minutes and I'm already expecting this video to be rather long, so I'm recording this early because I want to get my feelings out. I don't like to be overly negative when it comes to games, even though I feel like if you've watched other videos of mine, you've probably seen me, have takes on games that are not widely popular, opinions that a lot of people probably will not agree with, and I don't like doing that. I don't like being negative. I hate being negative, but I also don't feel like lying. I've played around 12 hours of RE4. I'm on Chapter 9, or I've just completed Chapter 9, and I have 0 complaints. To the point where I have to nitpick, but this nitpick also just annoys me so much to my core that I don't like looking up things about games before I finish them. So I have to convey this on camera before I finish the game and ultimately look up to see if other people feel the same way as I do. What the hell is with Ada's voice? Okay, so before I get into this, right, know that with anything game-related, this isn't just game-related, but anything within a company, there are multiple layers of people. There's the casting director, there's the voice director, there's multiple people, there's checks and balances. So this isn't a simple, oh, the voice actress is just not good for Ada. No. Let's not do that. That is not what I'm trying to say. That is, before anybody, that is not what I'm trying to say at all. But I'm going to go out on a whim and say that the voice actress that they got for Ada in RE4 is different from the one in RE2 Remake. And I feel that way because, one, the voices sound different, but also the cadence and the way that both of these actors attack lines are just on 2 completely different tiers. One, you can tell this is her role. It feels like she was made for this. And I'm talking about RE2 Remake. And then you have RE4. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna give you an example. I'm not going to explain why I know this, or why this is even the example I'm going to use, but you have to promise me that you're not going to use this against me, okay? Great. It's like when you sign on to TikTok, yeah? And you start getting recommended, of course, like some MDL, like some mommy dom little, like TikTok algorithm is kind of weird. So, and there will be people on there recording videos, I assume, and they'll be all like, "Who's my good boy? You are." Like, those things? Everybody sees those, right? But then there will be the TikTok voice actors, and they'll record their versions of it, and they'll do something like, "Who's my good boy?" And I'm just sat there thinking to myself, like, I can tell you are doing this just for the paycheck because they get views. You are not about that MDLB life. If you gonna lie to me, at least put some effort into the lie. I'm like, but like, I'm again, this is just like hypothetical. Bro, the TikTok algorithm is kind of crazy, You said you would not judge me, okay? I was 19, lonely, and confused, all right? Let's just move on, okay?
Hey, so it's really funny. Well, oh my God, girl, speak. I think a lot and I don't speak. Okay, so I'm playing through RE4 again. I'm on chapter 4. I'm doing a speed run right now. And I'm about 50 minutes in, and I was looking up some stuff about the game, and I saw this video next to a video I was watching, and it was talking about Ada's voice actress, and I was like, oh, okay, so apparently people are maybe having the same thoughts that I have about the voice direction that I was going to talk about in this clip. And so I went to Google and I looked up Adawong, voice actress, Resident Evil 4 Remake, and I saw that apparently her voice actress, I believe her name is Lily Gao, was being fucking, Jesus Christ, don't curse, was being harassed and was actually like, I don't like using certain words because I feel like a lot of people don't. She like, people were, I don't know what other word to use, but she was bullied off of social media. And I'm just all like, I don't know if I'm going to keep this section in the video, because I mean, I like to keep my videos lighthearted, and even though I don't think I was an asshole in the clip that I just said, I just want to point this out and just be all like, okay, I did have the same feelings, but I don't want to. People are weird. It's again, no disrespect to the voice actress. That was never my intention. I don't know, man. Am I gonna keep this section in the video? Who knows? It's weird. It's just, nobody deserves that type of treatment just because gamers are weird. A lot of things are going through my mind right now, and I'm going to get back to playing Resi for it. It's just, gamers are weird.
Lines can be read out in so many different ways. I hate you. 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 You know, I said the same exact things, but I said it in multiple different ways. It conveys multiple different feelings. It feels like, I don't know, am I crazy? But the performance is just not, it doesn't feel like Ada. That's what I'm trying to say. Anyways, back to current day justice.
Why, thank you, me. You know, that guy makes some really great points. A bit funny looking, however. But getting back to the aspects of this game that I really enjoy, you can really tell that this game comes from the 6th generation because of the gameplay presentation. A lot of games from that PlayStation 2, GameCube era had a lot of, because of course this was before the internet was introduced very rapidly into the gaming sphere, so there was no such thing as updates, no such thing as DLCs, and none of that. When you paid for a game, you were paying for a whole entire world of content that had to be already on the disc, because you would be playing that game for months, for years potentially. And so there was a lot of replay value for games back in the day. There was a lot of side stuff that you could do instead of the main story things, and that is very much here in the remake. I mean, the challenges that I was doing while going through the main story, sometimes, oh my god, girl, okay, so I was so on edge the whole time I was playing the game, because remember, I was playing on the hardest difficulty, at least the hardest difficulty that you could get off. Oh, I didn't say I was playing on hardcore. Whatever, I was playing on hardcore. Did I say that? Who knows? But every time I saw the merchant, I was playing the whole game like this. I was playing the whole game like, And then I see the merchant, I'll be like, oh my god. I know I was gonna die. Where have you been? I miss you. Girl, every time I saw him and every time he came through with the shooting gallery, oh my god, I was like, it was the best time ever because I got to step away and actually have fun. And oh my god, the main story was such a hassle, but that's what made it so amazing to finally like complete the final boss and just complete everything. It was so amazing. But the side stuff, like there's so much side stuff that I have to do. The challenges, I completed all of the challenges on the, I S-ranked all the shooting gallery stuff because I wanted to get that trophy out and out of the way. But just the extra content, the extra cosmetics that you can get and stuff like that, bro, this is such... I said this before, but this is a game that I know I'm going to be playing for such a long time. Even after I platinum it, I used to speedrun RE2 Remake. Used to be one of my favorite RE games. I used to speedrun that game so much. I think I could finish that game back when I was really speedrunning it in under an hour. Maybe not under an hour, but a little bit over an hour. Maybe not speedrun RE4, but I definitely will be replaying this game like crazy. All of the RE games are so replayable. Just the replayability. This game is absolutely amazing. That's all. That's at the end of this game is absolutely amazing. It's a game that I strongly believe I will be thinking about for the rest of time. The rest of my time with gaming. This is such an amazing point in time in gaming history, in my opinion. And I'm not even finished enjoying it. So, it's justice, and I have to get back to the world of survival horror. Hasta luego. Peace.